The New OGs. The New OGs is a State Madison Entertainment production that is brought to you by Solar Masters. Holy shit, I've lost my sponsors. We found it now. Look, Illinois is changing how people get their electricity, and Solar Masters is helping homeowners in Illinois take advantage of a program that lets them get solar power at no cost. If you're a single-family homeowner in the state of Illinois, you can lower your electric bill, you can raise the value of your home, and you can do something good for the environment without paying a single dollar out of your pocket to do so. In fact, Solar Masters can only work with you if they can save you money. Solar Masters is a Black-owned company and a SunPower dealer. That's an American panel maker with over 30 years of solar experience. They even have a referral program that pays out as much as $500 per referral. So head over to www.gosolarmasters.com.
Hey, Bobby.
Hey,
Hey, Bobby.
Hey, man, how's it going? Nice
Hey,
to
man,
see you.
use his inside voice.
I'm
Wow.
doing okay.
Nice to see you, buddy.
Yeah.
You're right here.
I did not yell, "Hey, Bobby!"
I appreciate that.
because I'm sitting right next to you.
Yep.
And also, I think I'm done with this bit. I think we're not going to do this bit anymore.
That's it for you?
Well, because here's the thing. You told the people that they can save money every month on their bill. Right?
I have told them that every day.
Yeah, and you told them that they can help the environment. You tell them every time.
Right. Yeah.
And you told them that even if they don't have a roof, they can refer somebody that does, and if they get it, they get $500.
It's $500. Yeah.
Like you said, this for like 111 shows.
Yeah. This is actually the 112th time I've said it.
112th time I said it, and if they don't get it by now, man, they're never gonna get it. So what do I need to do this bit reminding them for? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, aside from the fun from doing it, there's not a.
Well, it is fun, goddammit. So go out there and get it. Look at that. XL pulled the big man crossover drops it down.
Look, if you'd like to add a few dimes to your wallet, get over to www.gosolarmasters.com and save yourself a little bit of money on your bill. Order it first, let you know. We are also brought to you by People of Comedy. That is a network that is somehow allowing us to be sitting in the same couch, nowhere near James Webb. Also be broadcasting a show at the same time live to you all over Twitch and YouTube and Facebook at the same time. Get over to People of Comedy wherever they are.
I'm looking at what we look like.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry for fucking up the promo, but
here comes. Is this a joke about shades? Are you talking about?
Nah. I look like.
Is this an Oreo joke? Because
I look like Rob is my dad, and I'm about to get drafted, and you my agent. ESPN is like they zooming in. It's a draft, and my big ass about to get drafted. That's my dad over there. You're in the middle. You're doing all the talking and shit.
Yeah, right.
You're in the middle. I'm just sitting here like, yeah. The Brickashaw, Washington.
Hey, yeah. I'm over on this side like, yeah, all that hard work.
Yeah.
Defensive lineman, the Brickashaw, Washington is waiting to being called.
Papa's at the strip club tonight. I can be paid off.
Because we've never done a show from like such a homey like environment like this. That's what it looks like. It looks like an ESPN drop-in.
Yeah, right. Which university are you deciding on?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Pull your hat out.
Pull the hat out. Pull out University of Florida, then fake that Grambling State. Like University.
Yes, bitches. This me. Yes, bitches. The best lineman in the country is going to Grambling. Fuck you. I'm gonna sit back.
That's where we are today. What's going on, man? We are here getting comedy, find their fucking shows. You'll see people like grown-ass men sitting together on a couch in one man's living room. It's a blast the whole time, but we're making it happen.
We're also sitting in like a progressive fashion from small to biggest. Biggest is small depending on your perspective.
Well, there was going to be some issues no matter what. There wasn't any way.
Yeah. I'm a giant, and this is what I tell you guys all the time. That I don't see myself as a giant because I just want to walk around that within in my head.
Right.
But obviously in a picture or something like this, and that's sitting next to each other. I feel like Andre the fucking giant right now sitting next to you because you're a big man.
Should I sit taller?
No, because you're a big man, and I feel like the monster that's about to eat you right before you eat Rob. Like on those food charts.
We're just gonna rush and nesting doll each other.
Yeah. You know, see those fish charts or like the little fish and the next fish.
We'll just slide into each other. What's up, man? How you doing? You're here. You're living groove. You seem to be in a good mood.
I am in a good mood, man. I had a decent week. I have really got into working out and back into like I'm full-fledged back into it, committing every day.
Right.
And I enjoy it. It's fun. It's a really different mindset for me for a long time because, man, I was a fucking potato for most of the goddamn pandemic. Like, the only cardio I had during the pandemic was sex. And a lot of that was solo sex.
So it didn't require many angles.
Just working myself out, to be honest. Just working myself out.
Hey, well, you know, I got a very creative mind. So, you know, I work myself up into a lather, you know,
right.
Get myself going with my imagination. But anyway, so like it took me a second. I got the bike, I think, in June, and I got the exercise equipment and stuff, I believe, in June, it was right around Father's Day, and it's just been a build up to get to the point where it was like I wake up in the morning before I start thinking of other things to do the day. I think about how much time I need to set aside to do the workout to go. I'm very much enjoying that. Yeah, that's not as funny as the other shit, but I made y'all laugh at the top of the show. So I got a real moment
somewhere, and then you got to be real from it. Yeah, that's cool. Well, we've got. I mean, this is cool. We're here together. This is my couch. I don't have a green screen big enough to black out enough room for us all to sit comfortably in an area. So that's my kitchen in the background. You're just gonna live with it. I am someone who is extremely personal. Usually, I don't let a lot of people get close to me at all. In any way, shape, or form, whether that be sitting on my couch with me or even coming to my house. So this is now in perpetuity. You guys have seen what most of my top floor of my house looks like. So here we are. Yeah. So that is a big. Listen, in my 40s, I finally was allowed to have company. Okay. No, but
I gotta tell you, like, I'm not going to describe his house too much here, but I would say it looked like a Lifetime love story could be filmed in this house. Like that apartment that the bitch that just moved to the city has, like that's the exact vibe this place has. You can just shoot this shit right now.
Yeah, I'm getting a real serial killer vibe. Everything is way too organized. This dude way too nice. He gonna kill somebody. Everything about this dude's life is perfect. That's what I mean. Like, wow.
Listen, polyamory and weed bring happiness. That is what I'm going to tell you. You pick up a lot of things when you hang out with different people. You know what I mean? Yeah. It makes life easier as you're going through it. No, but it's cool.
We taste for human flesh.
Sometimes it's a taste for human flesh, but that's neither here nor there. I don't know why you guys were dumb enough to actually come into my home.
There's a reason.
But I know how all the exits are locked, so it's good to have you here.
Well, the point of me being here is to sell you this lovely Amway opportunity.
Yeah, I wonder.
Now that you're all stuck.
Wonder if you guys, you know what? I want to know if you were excited about any business opportunity. Really, share the old 642.
You know, if you think about it, it's got to be really tough to be a cannibal, to make friends, because you eat people. Like, how you gonna not eat the people that you really like? Like, every time you get close to somebody, you start thinking about the delicious things.
You choose your diet. You know what I mean? You're not always hungry for people.
I don't know. Does a farmer have like a favorite pig that he wants slaughter?
I'm sure there's
not nowadays.
Also, like if the farmer does have a favorite pig that he's not slaughtering, the horrors that pig is going through every time he's watching. Like, oh no, they're taking another one. He's got to live watching this farmer just slaughter all his homies, right? Just like, no, I'm keeping you alive. Why? That pig is trying to commit suicide, yo.
Dude, one of the first bits I ever wrote, I said, even cows going into the slaughterhouse, like in that line, there's got to be at least one counter back. It's like, dude, I've not seen anybody come out. This is kind of fucked up. The fuck is going on in there? Is it like a party or something? How many levels does that place have?
Just like, when you look at it, they know, they're like, oh shit, we gotta walk backwards. Yeah. That's gonna push them all in.
That's why they do this shit. Yeah, the motherfuckers, by the time they realize where they at, and pow!
That is...
Which is horrific. I don't eat beef anymore.
I'll be honest. Honestly, like, that is a supreme way to go. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I could just not be knowing
and realize the moment you're about to die, then die.
Just get the both. That's fine for me. I don't want to sit there in agony over it. You know what I mean? Where I'm just like, 3 months. Oh, I'm not working right. I can't eat shit I like anymore. Like, nah. Never. I had a guy who was a business mentor of mine one time tell me that a doctor told him that if he stopped eating donuts, he could live for 2 years longer. And he's like, so I got to stop eating donuts now, and then for 2 extra years, I don't get to eat donuts. I was like, fuck that sounds like a horrible plan.
Yeah.
Eat donuts now. Like, why would...
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like, 75% of the reason why I'm working out now is for that reason.
So you can get back to donuts.
Yeah, so I get back to donuts. Like, I have I took sugar completely out of my diet, but I already planned. I know that I'm gonna fuck up during Thanksgiving time because my family makes too much cool sugary shit. There's no way I'm gonna fucking pass on all that, including the shit that I make because the family wants me to make it, so I'm gonna make it.
It's not about like taking the day to like eat like a maniac. It's about like 2 days after when there's still some of that shit left over.
I'm still eating.
And what you need to be doing is saying, I had my day. The food's not gonna be good by the time that the next day I should be having a day like this comes around. So I just need to tap out and like move on and wait till the next time I get a cool day, and then maybe I'll try some different cool shit.
I have gone the complete month of September with no sugar.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Sugar is the worst, man. Sugar, I mean, I love it, and that is the problem.
Me too.
I have done all the other drugs that are addictive drugs, except for heroin. I've done the rest of them though. Okay. And sugar has been the worst in regards to not being able to give something up. It is the hard, even now I take fake sugar shit because I need that taste.
Yeah, I have fake sugar in my coffee.
Yeah, I try to make it fruit, but being back here in the Midwest, everybody got cupcakes every goddamn.
And by the way, to any purists out there,
where are you at the cupcake shop?
Yeah, man, my family is fat. We eat sugar.
Yeah, I don't count like shit. I eat raisins. I don't count that. That's like natural sugar. I'm talking about cakes, donuts, cookies.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Fructose.
Yeah. Or actual granulated sugar or anything like that.
Right. Yeah. The process shit.
Yeah, none of that shit.
Yeah.
But I eat raisins. I like raisins. That's like my snack.
Are you 7?
Fuck you, man.
Like raisins, 7-year-old and 65-year-old. That's it.
Hey man, you know what's funny, man? I've eaten raisins my entire fucking life. I don't know why. It's always been chocolate raisins are my real shit.
Also, you are a fucking giant. You sitting here with a fucking.
He just take that little box.
You got the circular thing?
They got a big old bag. Yeah.
I get like 2 of those motherfuckers.
I'm not gonna lie, I like raisins too. I'm not trying to. I couldn't help. You know.
I like grapes. I want to.
I am OG raisins.
I want mature, voluptuous.
I want my
in all
raisins
things,
just like
I
I
need a
want
fat
my
ass.
booty.
There you go. Now you figured me out.
I like it juicy.
Whole juicy squirty situation.
Oh shit! What's going on with you, man? You are in Milwaukee.
Hey man, I am amazingly high on some very average weed. Okay, so I didn't know. Okay, so I'm learning a lot in the hood. See, the thing different is, so like the Cali weed I'm smoking, it has an aroma to it. It has, and even the aroma is calming.
Right.
This weed I'm smoking here is hard as hell. It's like, I don't give a fuck how you feel of weed. I'm gonna do what I do. This is gonna be very harsh. You know what I'm saying? So
you're gonna smoke some ash.
Yeah,
and like, oh, this actually tastes like a tree. I'm actually just inhaling a tree.
Yes, I feel dirt and shit in my lungs. But here's the thing. After a while, and the other thing about this different is that it only take a little bit of weed to get me where I need to be. It take way more of this shit. But when you realize, like, wait a minute, I don't think I just spoke too much. You already out there, you know what I'm saying? So I'm in a wonderful place.
I've been prepping to like take a week break, and I've been like, all right, when I finish this next little batch I got, I'm gonna take a week break, and like never before have I been so meticulous about how I parse out my weed. I ain't spilling shit right now. I'm using just enough. I'm like. Because I'm just like, when this is done, I'm probably gonna take like a few days off, just like reset a little bit, just because my tolerance is such that now I'm just like, wow, I'm rolling through weed.
Right.
So I'm just like, all right, let's take a 3-day break, reset the tolerance, we'll dive back in, we'll get high like crazy again. So now I'm just like, all right, we're gonna have to change.
They say weed is not addictive, man. I did a week like a month ago, I think, right before September. I did a week, and I think I made it to Friday. Something happened. something happened, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm good. No, I made it to Friday, goddamn it, I'm okay. Like, I'm not an addict.
Well, I think I'm gonna change it to just like I'm gonna try and step it back to like to some situation, because normally I'm just like, I've woken up.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it. Like that's the only prerequisite to the smoking usually. And so like when I give myself that much act, and it's not about like there's nothing functionally wrong with anything that's going on. Like I'm still doing life just fine. It's just that I'm not trying to go through as much weed as I've been going. Yeah. I'm trying to cut back on the amount because I have to spend money on it. It's literally like if I was worth $1 million and I was smoking this much, I wouldn't give a fuck. I mean, all right, I'm just gonna smoke more of it. It's literally just it's a capitalism decision. It's literally a cost. It's a financial choice of just being like, oh, I would like to spend less on weed, so I'm gonna take a couple day break just to reset my system.
For me, I don't want to have to smoke as much because I don't want it to take that long to get high. I'm in a rush to get to the end zone.
I chill on weed most of the time because the guy that I get weed from is just a horrible ass. He's a horrible ass.
I'm taking a week off because I can't get a hold of my guy. I haven't been at home for 6 days. I guess we're calling it a square week tomorrow.
You guys remember Speedy Gonzalez, his partner Pedro, the slow of it? Like is it Pedro? I think it's Pedro. Something like that. I can't remember. I got it wrong. Help me out there. But that's how this nigga's vibe is. He's not Hispanic. He just moves slow. Like I wouldn't say who was that, but anyway, at his place of work, I pulled around front. He saw me. I hit him in the text. I go in back. He goes, yep. I go in back. I'm in the car chilling. I'm listening to the news. I don't pay attention to shit. My sister's birthday today. I'm wishing her happy birthday. Woo woo. It's 20 minutes later. I'm like, I hit him up. I was like, fam. He's like, oh, you still back there? Nigga, why would that be? Why would that be? What the fuck? Where else was I supposed to be? You just said go to the back. I went to the
back. Yo guys are horrible business.
I expected you to have got upset and left by now, so I couldn't say these drugs that I need to make money off of.
Like, God damn it, man.
And come on, people wonder why people like turn to dispensaries. You know what I mean? It's if somebody's gonna go to a dispensary now, if this is gonna be the level that we're dealing with, this is unnecessary.
I know, right? That's the way I feel right now. Like somebody gave me something like, where did you get this from? What is Cali weed, baby? Y'all, this ain't even sticky. What the? I mean, when I smoke, I'm hacking the coffee because it's dry as shit.
I'll take care of you shortly.
Brothers got to run their business right. You know what I mean? We got these great options and great opportunities out here. We run into some people that can make some amazing shit. You know, we gotta be on top of your business if you want to make some shit work.
I actually have how do I say this? I know a dispensary. They're just difficult to get to, and the area they live in. I don't want to go there once it gets dark. So in the wintertime, I'm going to have to visit them at noon a lot. But it's a very good dispensary. And they have very good products and they're reliable. They just live in the area, like I said. Mostly I don't want to
that must be somewhere around me. Hook me up when the show goes away.
No, you know what it is? This is the area. I will say this when I say anything else about the area. That area, the police there got arrested by the FBI at one point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that area, the whole fucking area is shady.
That's hot as fuck.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with the police. I don't want to deal with the reason why the police there.
And they got.
But if you go during the daytime, you're okay. They got speed traps and stuff like that. But other than that, you don't speed. You go through. You get in. You get out. You good.
Shit. Well, you're here now. Now you made it here. The reason why we're all here is because I've got a show tonight. Actually, I'm at Laughing Tap tonight with Zach Peterson and Adam
Very
Gilbert,
funny dude.
which is gonna be super fun. Laughing Tap is a cool spot, and these dudes came up here to do this show because I was gonna do it from here, and we figured it'd be a nice getaway to do it. And so we might as well jump into it and get down to some shit. Let's talk about some Black excellence since we're three brothers sitting here together. There is a historic first going on. There's 2 Black women who are recognized by the United States National Inventors Hall of Fame. Dr. Patricia Bath.
Yeah.
It's actually posthumously for her because she has passed away. Marion Croak, who is a Google engineer. They'll be the first 2 Black women inducted into the Hall of Fame for inventors.
Wow.
So which, you know, for sure, I've seen enough black women come out of hair salons. There should be some invention shit that they've been rewarded for that. Like,
Madam CJ Walker for sure probably invented some shit.
You know,
she was selling some shit.
Just the women coming out of some of the salons I've seen.
A
I'm just
soul
like, how do
pick.
you invent the shit that makes
whatever you got that made your shit do?
you got an Afro pick? Y'all pre Marge Simpson. And y'all
Yeah, you tell me like some little Asian guy was like, you know what we should do is put the fist up.
Yeah, that was
You see
probably
what I did there, people? I did the Asian joke without the voice. Okay, it was still fucking funny.
It was perfectly fine.
There you go. Yeah, I fought it. I was gonna do the voice and I stopped myself.
In another piece of some decent news for black folk, there was a portion of a beach near Manhattan Beach in California that had been taken from a black family under eminent domain.
I saw this.
Like in 1924. Yeah. And so Gavin Newsom returned it to this family.
Which is mad dope, man, because that's a beachfront fucking property.
Dude.
It's worth about $20 million.
Like, just black
At
people
least.
With beachfront property is just...
That's a first. And you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy?
Thing.
I bet you Jay-Z and Ye probably end up buying cribs over there. Hey, dude, like...
That's what they should do. They should, like, not only is it owned as a black beachfront, we're going to turn it into, like, we're going to show you some black beachfront.
Dude, think about it. P. Diddy, Jay-Z, and, like, Kanye buy, like, put a resort there, a black-owned resort where they could go kick it. You have award shows. It's, all the black people can come kick it there and then go north. I'm putting it in the atmosphere.
So, like, that's the ideal, right?
You know,
like,
that'd be dope.
That's the ideal, right?
And that family
like,
get paid super loose.
When you talk about, like, building on each other's, like, successes and like triumphs and things like that, like, and I don't know how big I didn't look at how big the actual section of land was that this beach represents.
20 million is probably not that much on beachfront.
Not in California, but here's the deal. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, like, that's an opportunity, right? Like, that's one of those things where, like, oh yeah, that would be exactly how you, like, build, like, black money on black money, right? It's like there's a lot of it. And I know you posted a video not too long ago of Jay talking about people flashing money on screen and shit like that. And, like, there is not enough collaboration and too much competition, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's too many times where, like, forming like Voltron is way more like, you know, a plow, right? Like, two horses pull a plow faster than each horse pulling the same weight separately, right? Like,
exactly.
And I think that's one of the things that gets missed. So that'd be a hell of an idea to see happen.
Yeah.
But what were you saying, Rob?
It's a couple of things. Well, first of all, I'm feeling the vibe of what you're saying, because that's the reason for me being back in Chicago, is that I need your creative energy. It helps me to get I'm just finna start kicking in the next gear. But the other thing is that we have to look at it from the opposite perspective altogether. Now that you have decided you're gonna give me what was mine, finally. Now it's time for you to not just compensate me for this shit, but the shit that you exponentially took from me. Because here's what would have happened. Once black folks start finding places where they could be where they want to be and be safe, they keep going there. They keep doing it. And then they have to come in and then tear it all up so that you can't do it no more. So think about what would have happened had they not taken the land from them.
Right.
They would have been the Hilton. They would have been the Hyatt. They would have been billionaires. So now we got to find a way to compensate some of that billionaireism.
Yeah, the compensation is the thing that, like, is the hardest for them to do to grips with, because it you have to quantify what was lost.
That's the shit that makes white people, even so-called progressive white people, cringe. When every time you start talking about that price tag to pay for that shit, that's when, like, even when they're like, we should do reparations, and they start talking, they're like, oh yeah. We can't pass a bill to build roads because rich people are just like, listen, we're like tiers away from the fucking flying taxis, Max, and so we fuck y'all roads. Like, they're literally just like, we almost got AI and the flying taxis. Do you think we need to build these roads, or do we give a fuck? And so the idea that they're gonna pay somebody back over lost income they could have had. Are you talking about electric airplanes? You say flying taxis?
I mean, they're making those too. Yeah.
Yeah, because those, like, I don't.
They're basically drones that are big enough to sit a person in. I mean, that's essentially what those things look like.
They have electric airplanes that hold like 40 people.
Yeah,
but it's so cheap to fly, like, within 3 hours. that it'd be like a $50 ticket. So you could fly from here to like Indianapolis for $50.
Hyundai's got some shit that like has 4 giant rotor blades that attaches to a vehicle that like to a base that has wheels on it, and then can like take off and fly and go attach to another base.
Well, that's some rich. That's what
I'm talking about. No. That's why I don't give a fuck about roads though, because why do we need to fix roads? Like we have these giant fucking vehicles that can maneuver around and then take off and fly whenever they want to.
Like part of the infrastructure bill.
Let the road people be doing roads.
Part of the infrastructure bill that I don't have any confidence is going to get passed at all anymore. Would have opened up. The reason why the electric airplane would be so cheap is because instead of flying out of O'Hare and Midway, they're small enough that they can fly out like little municipal airports.
Yeah.
So like you just drive down the street because all the suburbs around here have an airport.
Right.
An airport near them, a little one. And you drive down the street and you go there and it's $50 and it's so much cheaper. Anyway, that's not what we came to talk about. But it's some dope shit that I just learned and I was like, it's fucking amazing. We're just like 5 years away from that though.
Yeah, there's going to be some vast changes. We're going to talk about some of those that are going on too. One of the things that's not going to change is the result of the vote in Arizona. While we were gone, the Cyber Ninjas finished their audit of the election results and came to an amazing conclusion. I don't know, so surprising, but the conclusion that they came to was that Joe Biden won Arizona, despite
by more votes than they previously said he won. I don't remember if I said this before the show, but I felt like it was obvious when they didn't have the results in the time that they said they had them. Right. It was because the motherfuckers was like, oh shit, he did lose this motherfucker. And they have been trying to find every way they could to prove that there was something wrong with the results they got. That's the only explanation for it taking this long. It's supposed to take a few weeks. It took almost 6 months.
It's not. These motherfuckers know nothing about counting ballots. They just gave some crackers some money and they went in there and was like, wait a minute. This is for real.
It's a fundraising opportunity. It's a fundraising opportunity every fucking time. They've spent that whole time they've been doing that audit, they've been prepping their followers for the next place they're going to go audit. We need money though. We want to go. We're auditing Arizona right now. We're going to get you those results. We're going to show you that Trump won, but we need money if we're going to get Pennsylvania to audit their results next. And we need money if we're going to get Michigan to audit their results. So anything you can $5, you can go to here and you press 2 buttons and boom, you set up a recurring donation and you're 72 and you don't know how to turn that off now. So now you're sending $5 every 2 weeks to these motherfuckers, and they are just adding that up in the background. That is why it took so long. They went as long as they could before somebody who was a big donor was like, "You have to show me somewhere else. You ain't getting no more money." That's exactly the move. That's how grifters work.
I don't disagree with that. I'm sure that's one of the components. But think about it. The name of the company was Cyber Ninjas. Yeah. These are not the brightest bulbs. You know what I'm saying? These are the kids of people who do this shit.
Right.
So it's going to be some inefficiencies that even the election officials was like, what the fuck are y'all doing?
1,000%.
And so, I mean, I'm with all of that because that's what you do. You got to display it so they can see it, but it don't mean shit.
Of course, Trump still claims that he won.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, how
you can't let him do things. They should stop letting him do things.
You know, when we first started doing this,
just
guys,
in general.
When we first started doing this, I was really afraid that I would run out of material. I really was. I was like, I don't know if I can keep thinking of stuff. But every week they do something so stupid that I'd be like, this shit is easy. Yeah. This shit is easy. You gonna have them to audit the shit, and your results say you lost by more.
They keep, it's crazy because people keep setting themselves up in really bad ways. Like there was video of that one FedEx driver who said that he wasn't delivering packages to people that had anything that said that was like supportive of Joe Biden or Black Lives Matter. Like in his FedEx uniform, getting fucking like what? Like also there was this dude who got caught on tape. He was a lobbyist for Exxon, talking about how they had meetings with Joe Manchin every week and just like they could control whatever the fuck Joe Manchin. Yeah, that was a big story. We talked about it on the podcast a couple times. That dude just got fired. Because Because the thing about
it was at the black dude. That was the black.
The thing about being a lobbyist for a company like Exxon is like no one is supposed to know.
Yeah, because he's kind of a ninja.
Except for the fucking people you got to be dealing with.
Although Senator Brown,
the last thing you want is for everybody to know
realize
what you be saying about how your operation works. That is the secret to lobbying is not letting everybody know how the sausage is made.
You see what Sherrod Brown did on the floor? You see, he said,
no.
You want to see what's going on with the problem is, and he opened up the door and said, you can see the lobbyists right there going into the minority leader's office, going in and out right now. That's where the problem is.
Oh God, I love
yeah.
Did you see the one where that one dude was kind of high? He was one of the guys that was at the September 11th rally. Long haired dude. I can't think of.
Wait, you mean January 6th?
Yeah, whatever. It's all of them the same to me. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
they're all.
I mean, both terrorists.
Because the attackers were inside the house.
I'm just processing. Exactly. I'm not disagreeing. I'm just trying to. Okay, I see.
At first
I was like, the idea of flying plane, like, you know what I mean? Like,
y'all not gonna do this shit to me.
I was just being the same.
I'm sorry, guys. Let me explain. Just let me get this second.
You ever been to go hook up with a girl? It's like a blind date the first time you meet her. If we first see her, you like, nah, then you like, wait, you like, wait a minute. Hold up. Yeah, this might work. I kind of feel like that's what that was for a second. It was like we were like, wait a minute. No, he's right.
Let me just say, I'm looking at this no longer from the American perspective.
Right.
I'm looking at this from the perspective of how it affects me and motherfuckers look like me.
Yeah.
So when I see an enemy, they all the same. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the fuck you got on,
right.
and if it makes sense why you attacking me, then I'm like, okay, well y'all kind of have what you had coming. You know what I'm saying? You made this happen. So I'm looking at it from logic, and what I see is the fact that these people let you know with every fiber of their being, they are not trying to give you a goddamn thing.
Fam, did you see there was new tape that came out of the Park Service at 9:30 in the morning? The day of January 6th, 9:30 in the morning, before the fucking thing even started. They arrested somebody for doing something, and they surrounded the people at the Park Service. They had to have, they surrounded them so much that they had to go inside the Washington Monument, actually inside the fucking obelisk, however you say it, for protection and call for backup. And they sent 20 officers just to take one person to a squad car.
They had to bring in horses.
Bringing horses and shit because the Trump people were being like, we were fucking with the cops. That was at 9:30 in the fucking morning.
But dude, this what
who gets up so early to be an asshole?
Man, it's like football. So look, dude.
It was tailgating fucking up the league.
They warming up, nigga. They warming up.
But they back out and chase this nigga.
Call him Pig. Yeah, that felt good.
I am so sorry I can't think of the cat's name, but he was in Arizona. He's an Arizona dude. Whatever the Arizona dude, maybe we can find him. Dude from Arizona was at outside and he's sweating and stuff. So that's how I remember it was Arizona. And he looking sick as hell. And he's telling people like, we found out there's a bunch of stuff and we can find the other stuff. And he's telling them the whole conspiracy.
Yeah.
After the shit has been proven wrong. Like, and so he's just telling them all, and he's sitting and he looks all weird and clammy and his head is shaking on like a Muppet.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, Rachel Maddow goes, I don't think he's happy.
Well, we talked about this earlier before the pod. We were talking about the issue with like the vaccine, the people who are opposed to this vaccine and their issue with that. And I think you have the same situation here where although the percentage of people who are willing to follow every one of those goofy ass lies is greater than you'd like, it's still incredibly small overall, right?
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of people who have other conservative ideals who are riding on the backs of that. Like, hey man, if they get abortion stopped, they will roll with them people who also think that like the elites drink baby's blood or whatever the fuck they're talking about, right? Like they don't care because they want their agenda passed. And so like, yeah, we'll fuck with these people as long as we need to get this done.
The mandates are
and the problem is like what they put on TV is that small percentage of crazy people who are fucking thinking that, you know, all this insane shit that everybody's lizard people or whatever the hell. And so like but like that, because that's new. Like watching somebody flip out in a Target is way more entertaining than actually discussing like something like Joe Manchin's actual situation in regards to his dealings with Exxon and EpiPen, right? Like it's a way cooler story to watch a weird fight happen.
Coal company also.
He owns he owns an energy. Well, his son runs the energy company, but he made $4 million off of that last year. So probably keeping that going probably more important to him. But like, there's always a miss or like, you know, the whole thing with the Haitians at the border, that was a big issue. I mean, it was for like 2 minutes. Now nobody gives a shit.
Well, so here's the thing that's weird, and I don't know why this story got buried, but apparently there's some confusion about why those Haitians were at that particular location, that there may be some information that Jason Miller.
Yeah, they were talking about Jason Miller being involved
and like telling them to go, because they went like a really weird route.
So, you know, Haiti's a place that gets fucked up a lot,
spot.
right? Like Haiti's a place that gets
but they weren't even from Haiti, they were from Brazil.
That's what I'm saying though. Like the reason why they were from Brazil is because Haiti gets fucked up a lot. And they were like, oh, we just not gonna be in Haiti no more. And then they went to Brazil because they're like, Brazil's cool as fuck. Have you seen these beaches? And so these Haitians had been in Brazil for some of them for a very long time. Yeah. But so like and it's weird that like all at the same time, this many Haitians would be at this one place in
like
15,000 Haitians,
yeah,
which would give the idea that someone was coordinating this thing to happen. There are a lot of Brazilian people on the app that Jason Miller runs called Getter, I think it is, which also has terrible security, by the way. But, and you know, Bolsonaro, who's the guy who runs Brazil, is a very Trump-like dude who is, I don't know how many times, maybe he's gotten COVID like 2 or 3 times.
He did.
He's just like, he's an ivermectin, you know, he's like all the same. It's like if Trump had won, that's what's going on in Brazil, basically.
Yeah.
It's a whole issue. And so Jason Miller is tight with Brazil.
He's Trump with a cool accent.
So like, you know, 1 + 1 = 2, maybe, you know what I mean? But like, there is nothing that is literally like, oh, and we have Jason Miller on tape, or some guy said he saw Jason Miller.
Wait, there is, but here's the thing: there was something that the what's your face, the Haitians.
You're trying to be fast.
I know the Haitians had stuff, but they know, that's what I'm saying. That's when the story got cut off. And then they were like, the Haitians had, because there was a story that said the Haitians had receipts.
Well, that's but all of a sudden it's not a story. Nobody gives a shit. And everybody's just like. The potential of the government shutting down, somewhat rightfully so, is an important topic. But like,
it's insane.
Why 15,000 Haitians showed up at a border is also a thing. I'd be like, hey,
we should know when that happened.
Figure out why that happened. Where are they now? What's happening
with children?
In order to ask that question, then you have to get a bunch of answers that they don't want you to have.
Yeah.
And that's always been the way. Like every time.
I'm asking the wrong question. Yes. To be able to smoke weed on a podcast and streaming across the universe. And probably. Whoops.
You know what I'm saying? That is the problem. They don't want to know. Because that's the same thing about like when during the time, I just want to go back. During the time of September 11th, I started thinking like, why would anybody want to do this horrible shit?
January 6th or September 11th?
No, I mean September 11th. Yes. I'm thinking to myself, like, why would anybody want to fly a plane into a building? Like, why would you? And all of the shit we know.
Be real angry.
Exactly.
Real.
Then what made
really
you
upset?
What made you so mad?
Right.
Tell me what made you mad. Maybe some shit we can fix. And then it's always easily fixed shit that comes from the same folk. You know what I'm saying? So if every time they don't want you to think about what they're doing, they find something else to make you think about something else.
Hey, I know this is a Chappelle joke, but they actually happened. I can't remember which, it wasn't a September 11th flight, but there were a couple other incidents after that. But there was something to the effect where one of the terrorists told a Black passenger, we don't have any problem with you. Like I wish I could remember which one it was, but literally he made like the dude made the point to tell like the Black people, like, y'all, if we kill everybody in this motherfucker, y'all good. But he didn't say it like that, but he was basically like, he said to him, we don't have any problem with you because basically he was like, y'all are the same as us. And shit.
Yeah, the other
These
thing is they
motherfuckers-
don't want you to jump in either. Rest yourself. We gonna tear this shit out. Hey, have at it, baby. I'm gonna sit over here.
I wish I could remember maybe, but there was like a story from one of the hijackings where literally the terrorists looked at the black people. It was like a small group of black people who was like chilling and told them like, y'all all right. These motherfuckers.
Yeah, there's like so it's usually either that or it's a disdain for having have succumbed to slavery, right? Like it's either like you're all right because we know y'all have been through bullshit, or it's like y'all are pieces of shit because you allowed yourself to end up being slaves at some point.
Yeah.
Right? Like those are the two angles that people that are not familiar or not from American culture kind of look at. You know, that's why it's
Americans,
like
yeah.
that's why when a lot
Because-
of times black people go back to Africa, when they go to Africa, that is the result sometimes.
Or Africans here, it's like Nigerians here. No long story. I dated an African woman for a bit, and she took me to an African club once, and they immediately identified my ass as American and did not like
it. They were over it.
Yeah.
Speaking of the current situation with government and shutdown and shit, there's still nothing going on because everybody's liars and
Yeah.
and despite however many times that I want to be like, hey man, this is like the last shot y'all gonna get to figure it. Like, I don't think there's almost 100 people in Progressive Caucus.
I don't understand.
And it's Biden shit, right? Like the reconciliation bill is the actual shit that Biden said, I want to do this shit, right? So like this is it, y'all. Like you're not gonna get, people will not vote for you. They're just not, it's not gonna happen. This is the last suckering was Biden. That was the last suckering that went on. There's no more. That was much. Listen, if you can't produce these bills, or if you pull some hokey pokey shit where you convince them that like, we'll be fair with you, we'll fucking do the other one. We gotta do this one first, even though we said we're gonna do them together. Like if you split it up and then you do the small shit and then you start fucking trying to blank out on the real shit. Like,
they do the small one. If they do the small one, it's game.
It's a wrap, right? If they cap to let him do the small one, it's over.
It's a wrap. There's no chance that the big one ever gets done. Joe Manchin is a human piece of shit, and Kristen Sinema. I keep forgetting Kristen Sinema is a first-term fucking senator,
right?
Like the balls of a first-term senator to hold up a 3.5 trillion fucking like country-changing legislation.
I love it.
The fucking ovaries of this bitch.
Talk to me, Rob.
I just don't know how many times we got to do this shit. Like it's like Lucy with the goddamn football. Like, when are you gonna listen?
That's my thing. It was like
Yep.
my last football was Biden, and I had said the whole time that like you got until 2022 to get this shit right. You need to get this reconciliation bill. Like Bernie started at 6 point some shit, and we're at 3.5, and everybody was like 3.5, and now this bullshit where they're trying to separate it.
Hey,
That's that. As my dad used to say, that's that Jefferson Davis bullshit.
Yes, sir. Yes, exactly.
That's that Jeff Davis bullshit.
We are surrounded by the 400-year head start digging. The people who run the media are not going to allow them to continue to remind you that it was 6.5 trillion. Here's the thing. The other thing is you got to catch that Ocasio-Cortez chick. You got to catch her talking about the number. Because when you hear the number, it's reasonable as hell. Think about how much money they gave away in a year because of COVID.
Yeah.
Now, what if you want to reshape the American society so everybody got a shot? It's going to take more than a year to do it. So 3.5 is not enough.
Not only that, but like, this is why they voted for you, right? Like,
Yeah.
if you look back at when it got down to Biden and Trump, and why people went for Biden instead of Bernie, which I understand the reasoning, right? Like we're having trouble trying to pass this shit, and Biden's the president. I couldn't imagine if Bernie was the president right now.
Nothing would happen.
It would be socialism 24/7, nonstop. All that's I understand. Okay, I understand. All right. And our arguments about Bernie and Biden, in this regard of what's going on right now, I understand where your point of view and the difference between the situations comes from and trying to get something done here, because this is insanity to me that like after 40 some odd years, like Biden should be able to walk into Joe Manchin's office and smack him in the face with his dick and be like, get it together, dude. Like, this is the one shot. This is the one shot. There is no other option for after this.
Yeah, it's insane to me. Especially considering he didn't even like say what he wanted. Like he didn't even give like indication. Like
he just did, and they've been covering it nonstop.
Yeah. Just now after all this fucking time. Right. And it was like, and he like dropped $2 trillion off.
But it's not just him. There's a couple other guys who are sitting behind him that are also like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like Christian Cinema was using him as a shield. That chick is going out of the Capitol with bags of money every evening. It's dirty lobbyists going into her office, giving her $1,500 for 40 minutes of her time, and that's the low level hood.
The thing is, like, you know, I'm very like I feel that way, and I know that there are a lot of people that feel this way too. But like, you're gonna learn one way or another. Decide. Like, you know, I heard Jayapal on a podcast the other day, and she was just like, this time frame they think they've got. They ain't got it. Like if this ain't done before next year rolls around, people gonna be running for office. This shit is gonna be old news, and then there's gonna be a bunch of people that still
there's no
broke.
chance that shit gets done while people running for office.
No, not a shot. Somebody who's probably not running for office in Philadelphia anytime soon is Ben Simmons. That motherfucker is persona non grata probably in Philly at this point. After Joel Embiid's statement the other day. Which I know I sent y'all in our messenger chat at one point. I didn't send it to you, James, but it's no big deal. I mean, you know, the season is getting closer. I've never been more excited. I've never been more ready to buy an NBA League Pass because I'm not where the Bulls are, and I think I need them this year. They had four players ranked in the top 60 out of the top 100 players on SI, which has me very excited. But yeah, Simmons he hasn't said anything yet, which I think is interesting.
Do you know if they paid him today?
Who, Ben Simmons?
Today was they owe him $8.25 million.
Oh, today, I wonder.
I believe, and it was interesting to say if they were going to pay him or not.
I wondered, did Ben Simmons get paid? I wonder if that's a.
Wow, he can do it with rubbing on the thing.
So they're saying that 25% of his salary, so he now has half of it by today.
Yeah.
Right. They're withholding advance payment.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Shoot, that's cool. I still got enough to eat. Keep it.
I want out. So,
yeah,
because he already got that first 8.5. 8.25.
He was supposed to get 8.25. They said they are not doing that shit. He said he's not reported. So camp has started for the NBA. He's not reported to camp. He says he's done there. All they want the dude to do is, like, you know, take a couple of jump shot classes in the off season. You know what I mean?
So I heard
work on your stroke, dog. That's all we asking. He's like, nah.
No, he don't want to fuck with Joel anymore. And I think which I don't disagree with what Joel did. I actually very much like what Joel did. However, the reason why Ben Simmons don't want to be there is because of what Joel did. Like he can't play with a dude like that. His psyche, I don't want to. I'm not a fucking doctor. I don't can't talk about his fucking psyche, but he doesn't want to play with somebody like that.
Right.
And he said it. It's like after he said it, Joel B gave it like one day, and he was like, you know what, fuck this dude. And like we should have kept Jimmy Butler.
You know who I'm definitely not trying to fuck with? Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
7'2" and all beef. That dude.
And not American. So he came from a place where struggle is real. Like him and Giannis
I want no parts no Joel Embiid in the streets. Okay?
You know what? That's why I like that dude from All the Smoke. Because that dude,
Steven Jackson?
man, that dude is the coldest dude on. Man, I listened to All the Smoke and I listen to Langston Kermit. Those are the two podcasts that I listen to on the regular. And it's easy for me to find them. I listen to them so much.
Right.
And when I hear this dude talk, he is the talk of the men that raised me. He think like people that I was around all my life think. And the one thing I love about this dude is that he is amazingly loyal. He is amazingly loyal.
Oh my God, is he loyal? Holy
man,
God.
and I just love that dude. And I be like, let me hear what he got to say on the So anytime I wondered, that's my litmus test. But I was like, okay, I can see where you're at. But this is why I wouldn't agree with that statement. But
Hey, man,
you right
did
there.
you see he called off his wedding?
I see that. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, 100%.
I'll take care of you the rest of your life. But you come with what you leave.
Yeah. He gave her the prenup like 3 months or something before the wedding.
Right.
And she kept putting it off. I'm going to get to it. And I can't remember how close it was to the wedding, but it was close enough that he was like, yeah, this shit is over. This shit is over.
Right, it's not happening.
It's not happening. It shouldn't have been no last minute shit. Like this was happening. And Matt, I love
Mad
it.
respect,
I love
man.
mad respect. Mad respect.
Speaking of something that might deserve some respect, depending on how you feel about it.
Yes.
Ohio State linebacker Kayvon Pope walked off mid-game and immediately tweeted, "Fuck Ohio State."
That is so crazy. Man.
Which is like, this is a very modern problem,
God.
right?
Yeah.
Like in 1983, you quit, you just maybe you yelling it out your window as you're driving away from the stadium, but that's the last thing I'm going to hear about it.
Yeah.
By the time you got home, you're like, oh shit, I better go. I'll call and apologize to coach real quick. You know what I mean? I hope I still got a spot. No, nobody even heard you. Your daddy don't know about it, nothing. This dude left in the middle of a game. He left the game.
Yeah.
And then
Third
Twitter,
quarter,
not even at the stadium yet. Twitter during the third quarter, fuck Ohio State, FUCC, just in case you're seeking it out. He's deleted it since then. He also mentioned good luck to his teammates, which is
yeah.
sweet.
Yeah,
Which
he
is
wanted to make it
That's
clear.
gangster. Let me tell you something, man. Y'all don't understand the amount of pop. Well, I guess you do because you actually played. But every now and again, it's a dude that's there just because his name is DuPont or something, somewhere way back in his family, and he just happens to be fairly physically imposing.
Right.
And they keep letting him play, and it's another dude sitting on the bench like, I'd have got all those tackles if you'd have put my black ass in there and get DuPont out. So now DuPont standing there looking stupid, and dude like, hey man, put me in. They finna run this. He's DuPont like, nope, I'm finna stay right here. And he's like, you know what? I'm so sick of y'all in this DuPont motherfucker. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Fuck y'all.
Also, this guy
Good
was
luck
a
to
ranked.
you.
This guy was a ranked option. This guy was
this
the
dude-
ninth. He was like the ninth ranked linebacker or some shit.
So here's the deal. He's
going
the
in the
ninth.
draft?
He's ninth ranked linebacker. He's probably
Maybe.
still getting drafted. Like if he goes to the I forget what it's called, with the preseason camp that they have.
Right. Where they're like,
the
hey
combine,
man,
the combine.
like, hey man, are you fucked up or you all right? That's
Yeah. Like they're gonna have a chance to like have that. He's gonna have people, agent that's gonna smooth out because if he really did. He said he did say fuck that. But if he follows through with fuck Ohio State, if there's not some kind of reconciliation,
Right.
and he comes back, he'll have an agent, especially how everything is now. He'll have an agent by end of the month.
He got one now.
He probably has
He
one.
did apologize to his coaches and Ohio State on Twitter. He deleted the tweet. He didn't
Okay.
apologize for it. So, but I do like the veracity
fire.
of just being able. It's just
Like, dude, you
like
do
that
not
dude
need
was
them. You
competitive.
do
That dude, that is a level of. You can tell that as being
So-
competitive. You know what I mean? Like,
so- Here's the thing. This is one of how I keep saying I want to do a podcast on XL Stories. This is why I need to do this shit. I'm not saying I would have tweeted this shit when I was there, but I left Louisville because I got in trouble for speaking at a rally about some racist shit that happened at school. Like I literally got talking to they told me I should be grateful to be there while my name saying bad stuff about Louisville. And I'm like, do you know what the fuck they did to us? Are you kidding me? And like they literally was like, we were disappointed in you. We thought you'd be more grateful or some shit like that.
wow.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. So I would 100%
I ain't
tweeted
cheering
that
for
shit.
Louisville. Fuck Lamar Jackson. Fuck
Yeah, man. I the only reason that I know all of what I just said to be true is because I have a relative who played for Ohio State.
That's wild, man. There's also some other shit we do fuck up. Dallas Cowboys right tackle Lale Collins got suspended. He was trying to bribe the league's drug test collector.
Damn,
not supposed to do that.
Oh, wow.
That's not supposed to work. Now
I
he
thought
makes
they
enough
allowed
money.
weed. What the fuck was he told, man?
I don't know what the fuck he was
maybe
doing.
he's on some steroids.
He's already started the suspension. He believed he had legitimate reasons for missing 7 drug tests, one of which was scheduled for the day the Cowboys strength and conditioning coach Marcus Paul died in November. Missed another drug test the day of his uncle's funeral. This is mostly about like he was bribing the guy because he kept missing drug tests when he was going to get told on for missing all these drug tests. So, but maybe you just go, all right, I guess you have to tell him and I deal with it. I think he's getting a longer suspension because of the bribery thing.
Yeah, you definitely.
I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. I'm gonna tell you why it doesn't matter. Go ahead. I'm listening.
No, you go.
The way all of it starts, you go if it was more profitable, they would just let it go.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? That's all I mean. I
every time I hear about somebody get caught giving a bribe, the first thing I think, they don't offer enough money. They lowballed it. They fucking lowballed it. And that's why this became a thing. Nigga was offended. Like, what? Nigga, no, I'm not going to commit
this is so terrible. I'm going to go
shit.
Tell on you, actually.
Yeah.
Not only am I offended at this dollar amount, I'm going to go tell somebody.
I was more thinking, I mean, that's really a good spot to put it, and I'm not disagreeing with it. But I'm saying, like, for me, my thought was more like, why wouldn't you? Like, how you gonna tell me what not to do when just last week y'all killed a bunch of folks in Afghanistan? Like, so what? I gave that dude $12 because I didn't want to tell y'all I ain't take no picture. Like in the grand scheme of things, fuck that.
That's what you'd like to say.
That would be nice.
That's what I just said.
Oh my God. It's like a court of reality and shit, like where you could use actual circumstances. Your Honor, motherfucking Afghanistan.
I'm not about a little drug test,
I'm finna go. I got a cab wait. I got an Uber wait outside. See y'all later, court.
You just playing a fucking episode of Rachel Maddow.
The Bears, it seems, have offered a large enough bribe. They're looking at leaving Chicago. Do you watch a little football? I don't watch football.
I just came back to the Bears and I'm disappointed because fucking Aggie. So here's the thing. I don't give a fuck if they leave Soldier Field. And here's why. At first I was like, how do you feel? Then I realized Soldier Field is actually a shitty fucking stadium. The
smallest in the NFL.
It's the smallest in the NFL. It fucks up traffic all the goddamn time when there's games and shit. And I mean, it's only 8 games a season, or 9 now, or whatever. But or sometimes 9. But anyway, if they move out to Arlington Heights, they'd actually build a compound kind of like Wrigley has in Wrigleyville, where they'd have like condos and shit and like shopping and all kinds.
They can do
like
they can do something like what the Chargers and Rams have done out in LA. Where it's a whole thing, right? Hey, listen, when football is not in season, we'll make money off you in the hotel we've got and the 7 restaurants we got over here and this park and the other side fucking thing we'll have here for the community.
Every fucking legend will have a fucking restaurant or some
it'll be
bar or some shit. Yeah.
Man, Galt, and there'll be the whole fucking the Sid Luckman Cafe.
Fast food, gambling's legal now, so there's gonna be all kind of gambling shit. Probably a casino with a motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Take all that traffic to Arlington Heights. I rarely go that way. Yeah, I rarely drive that way.
What would you if Soldier Field is still there? What do you think?
Concert. Oh, you know what?
What would you do?
You're gonna punch me. You're gonna punch me because I'm a new Sox fan, but the Sox should move there because the Sox always have. Oh God, you like that idea? Okay, cool. I thought you were gonna punch me.
That's where they played originally.
I like the
really. I thought the Cubs. I knew the Cubs played.
Maybe it was the Cubs.
But they always have attendance issues, and I think if they moved to that stadium, that would solve their attendance issues immediately.
That's not a terrible idea. I wouldn't be too opposed to that.
And they're still Southside technically.
I don't hate this idea.
I don't either.
As a White Sox fan,
I'm glad you like that idea.
Now, I'm sure there are people that live in Bridgeport that would say to go fucking
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna lose a little of the personality that you have. You're going to get a lot of preppy.
Right, you can become a little more of the metropolitan team. I'm okay. I don't.
Okay, I'm a White Sox fan now. I would love for them to be able to fucking go head to head with the Cubs and shit financially. And if they move down there, they would be able to afford that shit. They would fucking rake.
Yeah,
it would become a tourist thing to go to a fucking Sox game, and I don't give a fuck. Hey man, I like being in a full stadium with people going crazy when the team wins.
Hey, dude,
it's fun.
I
That's why being a Cubs fan was fun, even when they lost, man. Because when we had good games, man, that shit was amazing.
Yeah,
I don't have a horse in the race. I do not. I don't care. I generally don't. But what I'm saying is, to me, what I would see in a Southsider is the pride of knowing that this is the little area that we could.
Sure.
It exists because we make it exist.
I get that.
What I mean? Not the extra shit that you knew motherfuckers come in with your sweater vests and shit. And come hanging shit. You know
I mean, you know, there's also a thing where you can win over an entire city too. You know what I mean? Like,
sometimes, again, I have no horse in the race. I understand fully.
I don't disagree with what you're saying. My thing is totally 100% marketing.
Yeah.
It's marketing, like they would literally have a fucking.
It's a shiny capitalism version.
Yeah, they would be punching the Cubs in the motherfucking face with that move.
Yes, that would be awesome. But also, I understand why the Bears are leaving, because you guys are too hung up on sentiment of shit that ain't worth being sentimental about.
And they don't own that stadium.
They lease that stadium.
And then you let them rebuild it. That's the problem that I have. You knew you didn't want to be there. You let the taxpayers fit the bill. You done sold personal seat licenses to this mess to last just this long. So again, you're gonna get better, you're gonna be stronger. But what about the people you fucked on the way?
Right. Well, the people with personal seat licenses will get first grab at the new personal license.
Do they gotta pay for those? Cost, Absolutely, because you built a new stadium. So now I got to sell you and buy more shit from you.
Hell yeah.
No,
trust me, there'll be people that will buy personal seat licenses there who weren't buying them downtown because they didn't want to have to go all the way downtown even. Yeah. There are plenty of people that do travel downtown for Bears games. They travel from Wisconsin.
It's the reason they put it in Arlington Heights.
That's what I'm saying. That's a very it is wealthy all around there. There's a huge wealth area all in that location. That is money. Them people ain't got to drive nowhere near.
Players ain't got nowhere to go.
Nope, that's where all the players live. Perfect.
Dude, by the way,
they can build a dome if they want to.
Absolutely, and that's where the money is.
They can
the dome. If they would have let them, if they would have put that colonnade, if they would have just put the whole colonnade, put all the shit indoors, who gives a fuck? And if you'd have did that, because man,
Kind of like with a microwave, you know that.
Yes, put that top on that bitch. Put some D's on that bitch. You know what I'm saying? You could have put a
Tupperware bowl
over
top
of the shit they got in Milwaukee. These motherfuckers be like, okay, we're gonna close the door. You gave no fucking effort, you lousy bitch losing bastards. So you supposed to get fucked.
Are you gonna? So I'm not. I haven't been watching football. I'm thinking about watching the Super Bowl halftime show in 2022.
This is Jay-Z running that motherfucker.
It's Dr. Dre, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, Mary J. Blige, and Snoop Dogg.
Nigga, that's a family reunion.
By the way, it'll be the most bleeped halftime show. And there's no way. There's like they all got each got like a song that doesn't
rolling down the street.
I'm like, what? Oh, there's gonna be so much teaching. Like, I'll tell you, one time I was at a Bulls game and they were playing Niggas in Paris and during the warm up, and they were bleeping out the niggas, but you know, every kid, the kids,
yeah, they know what you're saying.
A bunch of kids are sitting there looking at their parents like.
Y'all don't know what y'all
hear? Niggas in Paris. What does that mean? The parents like, I don't know what niggas in Paris means either. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, nobody knows what niggas in Paris is.
Oh my God. So I go to USC games with Jack Gordon. And they don't, I'm looking at the band and I'm highly disappointed because I've been seeing Grambling and shit, like that. But they are impressive in their discipline. But I'm used to seeing big booty girls be twirling shit and jumping up and down, and a motherfucker with one arm while he beating on the drum. You know what I'm saying? I'm used to seeing some acrobatic, amazing shit, and I'm just seeing niggas looking like they walking to church. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, yes, the music is impressive, But then they start playing shit that I know, right? Then
Right.
they start playing Earth, Wind, and Fire. I'm like, okay, yeah, I can live with this. Then they
love
start,
Earth, Wind,
all I
and
do
Fire.
is win, no matter what. And I'm standing up and I'm going in. And he looking at me like, why does that song get so much emotion from you? I'm like, you just don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like explaining it.
Seasoning, my nigga.
You know what I'm saying? I just don't even want to
I
talk
eat
about
more
it.
spices than you do.
And then he looks at me with disgust, like, huh? Why is he doing it? What is this outburst? I mean, we're in a fucking stadium. It's not a library. I got one.
Yeah.
It is a weird. I feel like that is that not a real correlation? The correlation between spices and people who like because it seems like it seems like people that don't like spices don't like the dance.
Yeah, let me tell you something.
And people that love spicy shit, white, it doesn't matter what race you are. If you like spicy shit and some good music comes on, it's like the same thing just happened.
Let me tell you something.
Because I didn't eat a steak with that season, and that's how I do that shit.
Yeah.
But if I eat some bland mashed potatoes, I feel like I'm.
Let me tell you something. I gotta say this.
All I eat is red pepper.
I gotta say this in defense of Jack. I stayed at his place for a few days, and he cooked and he uses spices.
He does use spices.
He's a cooking boy.
Well, I mean,
He does use spices.
I've
But-
made recipes that have spices in them, and then I put them in. I'm like, oh, this is not spicy.
No,
spicy.
yeah,
No,
he's not gonna
he's
make
a
it
pretty
spicy,
good cook.
spicy. But
Yeah.
the thing is, he's from Montana,
Right.
so you gotta take care of yourself. You gotta kill some shit and skin it up and put it in the stove. So yeah, he can do that type of shit.
Right.
But I'm saying like that emotion thing, he is not with it. He is not interested in being emotional at all. He's supposed to shut up and suffer. I'm like, no, fuck.
Somebody whose emotions have definitely taken a weird turn. Russell Brand was. I mean, he got in a lot of publicity for some very forward-thinking statements he made at one point, and now he's starting to say a bunch of crazy shit about Trump being right about Clinton and Russia collusion.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe the money's run out for homeboy.
I don't know. Man, I am not speculating. This is a interesting change for him. He has a history that makes me suggest when a person makes a personality change like that, and a person has a history like that, sometimes there's a reason why the personality change kicks in. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not
I don't
prescribing anything.
understand the statement.
Huh?
What is his history?
He used to have he's a
junkie. He's a junkie.
He had a former drug addiction.
He's a drug addict. He has a drug addiction.
And recovered from that, and was
And
married to
this
Katy
is-
Perry for a while, and
I wouldn't calling him progressive would be, I think, a little bit too reductive.
he gets absolutely. He's been a little bit. He's an extreme person.
Yeah,
He goes through some extreme.
and maybe this is just some the shit that I really disagree with him on, but it seems against his character for some of the things I believe of him to know before, to think that he would even side with this guy or anything, unless there's something remarkable that he has that I haven't seen, which I don't believe is true.
I used to dig Bill Maher.
I hear that.
When
I used to listen
white
to Joe
dudes get a
Rogan.
little older, they start being more white duty. You dig what I'm saying? Start being more white duty. They start looking around them like, look, I can't destroy like I used to. The same old shit that always happened. And they look around like, God damn, everybody, how you still making it on the little shit we let you have? If we give you more, then we'll never be. This is what you hearing in the news every day. Every day they talking about how other people are coming here to be Americans and they can't be Americans no more because the new people are coming. And all you finding out is that they just, if you give any effort and you white, it's gonna probably work out. I'm sorry to say it that way, but I'm saying that's the way I see it. So you still got the head start. Let them motherfuckers in. That's one less thing you're gonna have to fucking do. But they can't do it. They don't want America to be better. They want America to be theirs.
Well, there's a thing where like you have a period of time, especially when you're a celebrity like that, where like everything's kind of rolling your way, right? And then the sunshine kind of flows away from you, right? And you're like, there's an element of being upset that you're not having that shine anymore. So there's this one, I find Bill Maher's anger to be largely about this thing of like, I want to get back to like normal.
Right.
I want to get back to normal.
Right.
We're like, the blacks could do whatever the thing is they wanted to do, and I could still bang 24-year-olds, and like, we could just keep making, like, he doesn't want to change the actual system itself, He just wants to talk about things being more fair. But like, you can't be more fair unless you make some radical changes to the system, which he is opposed to doing. Right? Like, that's kind of what it ends up coming back to. And that's what I find with a lot of those guys.
Let me just make this statement. Bobby, this is why you are perfect in my thoughts. Like when what you just described is what I've been trying to say, but I'm just too colorful at saying it. And the fact of the matter is, what you want is to. That's what the term cracker means. Do you understand? That is exactly what I'm saying when I say it. The people, it was their job to beat your motherfucking back and make sure that you kept working. This dude wants the status quo no matter what. If you're defending the status quo, you are then a cracker, whether you be wheat or whether you be, summertime.
Well, it's like they want fairness, they want equality. If women want to work, they should be able to work. They want all that stuff to happen, but they don't have to change anything about how their life or how life has to be for anybody for that to happen. And that's just those are conflicting ideals. It's that whole it's like that whole socially liberal, fiscally conservative thing. Like, that's not real. Yeah, you can't do that. You can't. I mean, you can't want somebody to have the right to an abortion only on work hours. Like all these corporations, I support abortion between 9 and 6, and then right.
Then after that, you got to go to an alley.
Then all the people that they're giving their money to through the lobbyists are voting against it or helping pay out, dark money. It's like, well, no, that's not. You can't be both those things. Scarlett Johansson was able to be both mad at Disney and get paid. Yeah. She has closed out her deal. They got a settlement with Disney. They're actually working together on another movie, The Tower of Terror. Yeah. Man, they were hot for a minute. I thought it was going to be
Yeah. Well, I think I said it before, and I think this is really good. I think fucking Shang-Chi proved her right. Because she was an established character that everybody had seen, and people came out for a new character, even though maybe there may have been a ethnic bump. There might have been more Asian people that came out because it is what it is. If it was fucking Black Panther, right. Black people that came out. Right. I don't think I'm saying anything controversial. I'm just making sure people understand.
There's a bunch of white women out here.
Yeah, no, it was a dope movie. It was actually
for Black Panther, Black people come out. For Shang-Chi, Asian people come out. For a white woman kicking ass with other white women.
Yeah, white women.
Where the white women at?
That's what I'm saying. White women came out. People that came out.
And the words of Blazing Saddles.
Where the white women at?
I think the argument that it would have done better at the box office holds a little bit of water, especially because hers was in the summertime near July, like around when people were just having fun because people had just got vaccinated and shit. People would have went fucking to
because I went to see it.
I've heard the rumor is that she is going to get a total of upwards around $40 million out of the deal, even though they have not disclosed terms. But $40 million is not a terrible thing. And also, she has not destroyed the relationship. They're working on another movie together.
They got to the point where they was like, okay, fair is fair.
Well, here's what happens. You get behind closed doors and you're like, she had to say that shit because it's, she's got to put out the image properly. She's trying to be a role model for women to be able to speak up. You want to have people who are at Disney that are able to speak their mind when they're upset and still find a way to work together, right? And it's like, it's all the pitch, man. It's just like, it's going to be $40 million. We're all good. You look like you brought her back into the family and she was able to speak her mind. Everybody wins and we move on. What a deal.
If you can make your interests align, the world is your oyster. But you got to show your value.
Speaking of interests that probably don't align, Super Mario Brothers announced their cast for Now, there's a lot of Italian people, right? In Hollywood, there's a lot of Italian people, people that are
oh my goodness,
Italian people, and there's a lot of robots in Hollywood also, right? Like computer generated beings, and they hired neither one of them to play a computer generated Italian. Chris Pratt is Mario in this movie, who I'm sure his great uncle is probably Italian or something. Charlie Day is Luigi. Anya Taylor-Joy is Princess Peach. They also got Keegan-Michael Key, Seth Rogen, and Jack Black in this thing. Seth
Rogen is Donkey Kong?
Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong, which is dope. That's the only dope casting I think I have in this. But my whole thing is is he doing an Italian accent? Is he doing an Italian?
Well, okay,
that's what I need to know. Is he
so
doing
here's the thing.
Is he just Mario and it's just Chris Pratt doing like, I'm Chris Pratt, man. I'm Chris Pratt guy. You know,
So here's the
Pratt. Or is it going to be like?
Technically speaking, Mario doesn't have. We don't know.
He says it.
It's a me, Mario.
Yeah. Is he doing that? Is he doing that?
Fuck.
That's what I need to know. Is he? It's a me, Mario.
Yeah.
Like, is Chris Pratt in a booth and someone's just like, can you do it a little more Italian?
Mario.
Can you just do it a little more Italian?
You know what?
Get a little more air in your mouth.
Can you?
It's gonna be a sarcastic thing.
Can you?
It's gonna be like, what do you wait? Just because my name's
Dudley
Mario, what do you want me
Do-Right.
to say? It's me, Mario. That's what it's gonna be. It's like, is that what you think I sound like? Is that what I'm saying?
I mean, that would be pretty interesting. But I don't understand why you need a movie of it.
I mean, I'm fine with the movie of it. I just they're
Yes.
setting themselves up for Sonic the Hedgehog level ridicule at some point on this.
Yeah.
I mean,
That cast, Seth, I'm not.
I like
Chris
the
Pratt
people.
fan,
I'm not a
but
huge Chris
everybody-
Pratt fan, but I like everybody.
Yeah,
and
everybody
they're,
else, yeah.
yeah, they're all fine. It's just at the top, you know,
Keegan.
Charlie Day is Luigi and Chris Pratt
Sounds
is Mario. Is just like
I like Charlie Day too.
I like him.
Yeah.
Luigi, I don't know if that's my guy for Luigi. If you ask me to pick a Luigi, I don't know if that's the guy I'm going to. You know, like
Yeah, your Luigi gonna be real whiny if it's the dude I think y'all talking about.
how are you not? And there's bias because I work for him, but how are you not going to go find you like a Joe Mantegna for Mario or something like that?
Oh,
like,
wow.
go like dig into get me a guy.
Oh, Radio
Give me a
Yoda.
guy. Give me one of the
Ray
Saints.
Liotta, whatever.
Give me a
Or the newest
something.
version of either of those.
Where's Michael Imperioli? I want to, you know, I want one of those guys.
Yeah.
You know, I want a guy doing the thing. You know,
It's me and Mario.
Yeah, hey, it's me, Mario.
Hey, it's me, bitch. Mario.
That's what I want to see. Something that I think a lot of people want to see and are getting. R. Kelly was found guilty after all of this insane stuff that is going on. People are still going to be playing his music nonstop. Is what's going to happen.
So I did.
He's guilty. He's going to the real federal. He's going to real prison. He's going to some serious.
I don't like
real
R.
time in a prison.
Kelly's music. I disconnected from R. Kelly's music fucking 15, 16, 17 years ago. It was a while ago. So I don't give a fuck about R. Kelly's music. But D.L. Hughley said some really funny shit about it. He was asked on CNN, will you listen to Michael Jackson or R. Kelly? He goes, yeah. Same way you listen to the national anthem when you know what America did. Like,
Yeah, I don't sing that either though.
yeah, that's what you said. You don't sing it.
I don't sing the national anthems almost specifically for that same reason. The same reason why I'm just like, oh, this is for an atrocity. I'm not gonna do this right now. It's the same reason why I'm just like, no, I don't need that.
So
I don't know, man. It's gonna be hard.
I mean, I don't want to buy any of your shit. Like I said, I'm not buying shit. But if
No.
you already got a Michael Jackson album, but you ain't gonna play it.
I'm not seeking it out to throw it on. If I'm throwing on some old Motown shit and there's a song on from it, it's whatever.
Okay, let me
Like,
ask.
I'm not hunting. I'm not like I need to listen.
Okay,
to
let me
Michael
ask you
Jackson.
this.
I'm not seeking.
Let me ask you this.
I can find it on Spotify.
Like for some reason, whatever you're watching on TV, like they play Thriller. It's Halloween time. They play Thriller. You letting it ride or you turn it off? I mean, I don't care. I'm just wondering, like,
Is it in
what's
the
your
middle of
level
a thing?
of?
I don't know. I'm not like.
You won't get nostalgic for it.
Here's the thing. I understand that these are amazing artists, right? And
Mhm.
the reality is Michael Jackson, there's not really a thing. Like there's
Yeah.
accusations,
Yeah.
there's money paid. It's really
I think
just
he's
like
just super weird.
it's an odd moral stance because it's just like you're either deciding in your head that you believe he did a thing, and then you're gonna base how you react to that upon that. But like R. Kelly for me is a whole different story.
Yeah.
The Michael Jackson shit, I'm way more like I let that slide because I'm just like, who the fuck even knows, man? There's no definitive anything that's really sketchy. Nobody ever got, and it's like, if you choose not to, totally, but if it's on, I'm not, yeah, whatever.
Okay.
R. Kelly's a whole different deal, though.
I agree.
Because this dude is atrocious. This shit
Yeah.
is like, this shit
It's
is,
a piece of shit.
I mean, 8 counts of anti-sex trafficking, 1 count of racketeering.
He has like 2 more cases too.
it's not done. No, he's still facing separate charges in 2 different states.
Yeah.
All for the same shit, though.
Yeah.
Like, Rob Banks, nigga, why are you fucking... This is
I've been in some of the circles that he was in. I I never met the dude. But I will say this, in my mind, I'm like, y'all still listen to other people who did worse shit. Like you ain't gonna make me turn off Tina Marie and Rick James. I dig them.
I feel the same way. Miles Davis, James Brown.
What I'm saying, man?
There's a lot of cats that did some horrible shit that I'm like, fuck, man. I'm married to this music. I don't feel that way about R. Kelly at all. And my place with Michael Jackson is if PYT comes on, I'm a jam. But like I'm not, like I said, I'm not buying anything like that. It's not in my playlist. But if you got it on, I'm not gonna be like, turn that pedophile shit.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like if I'm trying to listen to if I'm trying to listen to like a certain style, if I want to listen to old like old Motown style music, like I'm not gonna sit there and like skip ahead as I'm remembering what exact offense someone may have committed or did commit. Like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm just not hunting. Like, I'm not hunting down R. Kelly. Should you play it?
He's going to the joint, not the music.
Right.
Well, you celebrate Christmas.
Yeah, I don't know
to some degree, right?
That shit.
Right?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
You don't get in the Christmas spirit at all. You don't like listen to Christmas songs.
I do now because my wife. Oh, you know what?
Because I was about to say the Jacksons have some amazing Christmas songs.
No, I don't.
That was like that with that.
That's a very interesting perspective that you've just taken because
I don't listen.
I do Christmas after years of not doing it because it brings my wife joy. Now dig this: my wife is a huge R. Kelly fan. She's a huge R. Kelly fan. So, I mean, I think she rocks, and I'm just going to ride with it. You know, it ain't, if the person I dig the most in the world dig it, fuck it. I'll listen to it. You dig what I'm saying?
Hey, man, I'm not even going to give an exchange to that because I appreciate your position. You gotta go out there and throw and jump on that grenade. Yeah, because I know she watching like, I like R. Kelly. Fuck you, like,
and she is watching. She be calling me like, "What you motherfuckers be talking about?"
Yeah. Hey man, if you and your lady want to listen to R. Kelly, I ain't gonna be mad at you, man. You gotta keep the peace. Nothing wrong with keeping the peace. The last thing I want to talk about before we get out of here is, we have had many episodes where we've talked about Bitcoin and crypto and what's going on with it. And this, I'm sure, XO will love this one. Mr. Gox has been crushing it in the crypto market lately. If you don't know, Mr. Gox is a hamster who is picking stocks to trade on the crypto market, literally just as a hamster does. They exit a wheel, and whatever tunnel they run through subsequently initiates a buy or sell position on a particular token. That is essentially how it works. And it is outperforming Warren Buffett. It is outperforming the NASDAQ 100 and the S&P 500. Its portfolio is up about 20% since they first started trading in June. Moving a much smaller capital around, but killing it nevertheless. As someone who thinks the crypto market is a joke, X,
that is fucking.
How does it make you feel?
So here's the thing. As much as I want to touchdown dance on this, the exact same thing happened to the actual stock market in like the 70s or something. They did almost the exact same experiment, and it was a monkey actually. They had a monkey throwing darts. Like, not kidding. There was a monkey throwing darts at the thing, and the monkey throwing darts. The monkey trainer throw darts.
I mean, it's how I feel about the stock market in general.
Literally had like it was like a 12% return. So it was some outrageous return
because you get to invest in the head start.
Yeah.
So your likelihood is probably gonna hit. Yeah. But what I'm saying is the thing that I find amazing is that I'm involved in some crypto crap that is about to come out. That is
along with some cryotherapy.
Well, yeah, that too. But I'm saying based on that, somebody with an actual cryptocurrency came to me. It's called Doggy's Gay Son. Dude, I'm about to make a bundle of money. Dude, do you think I give a damn about whose dick you suck or don't? I love that idea. Let me tell you something, man. I know this is going to sound weird, and all my old school homeboys, you speak gangsters, going to call me a dumbass for saying this, but gay dudes are like girlfriends with muscles. Like, they continually bring me shit and do shit for me that is way better than any of you motherfuckers would consider doing.
True. This is true. On that note, man, what's everybody got going on? What you got going on, X? Anything else?
Hey, man, I'm going to be in Indianapolis next weekend at Crackers Comedy Club. So, you know, if any of my family down in Indy, if you're watching, if you check this out, I will be there Friday and Saturday night with some comics you might have heard of.
Hey, how can people find you?
At XL Comedy on all of the, you know, comedy shit. XL Comedy everywhere. Peace.
Where you at, man?
I'm with X next week at Crackers Comedy Club tonight. We're going to the Laughing Tab to see you.
Hell yeah.
Yes, you can find me every year, Robert_L_Hines on all social media.
Nice. I'm going to be at the Laughing Tap tonight. You can actually live stream it. I'll be there tonight and tomorrow night. If you go to laughingtap.com, even if you can't come out to the show, you can literally watch from your home for $10. Invite friends over, charge them a couple bucks a piece. Make a killing. It'd be amazing. Make some popcorn. It'll be a blast. But we're doing that. We'll be live there.
Back without the
and then
shirt.
I'll actually be in Indy. with these guys next week. It'll be the new OGs taking over Crackers in Indianapolis next weekend. Friday, Saturday night shows. It's gonna be a bull rush down in Indianapolis next weekend as the new OGs take over Crackers. It'll be a great time. So get to Mocha_Jesus for ticket options and links in my bio at Instagram and Twitter. Get to the New OGs Pod on Twitter and Instagram, and get to People of Comedy and People of Comedy Network on Twitter and Instagram.
Real quick, I just want to say that James, if y'all can't see him, he looking sexy. He got right above the nipple line like it's porn.
He's not showing the nips to us, but he's there.
We could be on network with that naked.
We'll figure out what's going on next.
They can't afford this shit.
We love you. That's what's up. That's what we're out of here.
Peace.
Bitches wanna fuck with nigga, you can't blame us. You can't. Bitch, you better play your role. I feel like Nelly when he dropped